Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to True Telos Trading. Today is September 9th. We are at the last trading day of the week, and we are green today. A small green day, but a green day nonetheless. Let's go ahead and get into that trade. The stock that we traded this morning the ticker was HOUR. Today is September 5th, 2025. The stock didn't have breaking news this morning, but it had news come out late yesterday. So this will be a 1 here. It had 1.7 million shares for a float. This will be a 2 here. The 200 MA on the daily was $1.66. When we bought it, it was about $3.36. So it was above the 200 MA. This will be a 2 here. It was up over 75% on the day. This will be a 1 here. As we said, we bought it at $3.36. So this will be a 1 since it's below 10. And it was the number one stock in the morning that we traded. So this will be a 1 here as well. It did not reach any all-time highs. So this will be a 0. If we add all of these together, that gives us a score of 8. And according to our True Telos Trading grading scale, a score of 8 gives this stock a grade of A. So another A quality stock that we traded this morning. We're seeing these a little bit more frequent now that the market's starting to pick up a little bit. And I'm wondering if we would do best to up our strategy to only trading those stocks that are A plus or S rank. But depending on how often we see those pop up here this next month will determine on what we do when it comes to these stocks. Again, it's a small green day, but it's a green day nonetheless. Let's go ahead and get into the charts to see how we traded this stock today. This is our stock that we traded this morning, HOUR. So let me see. It made this high of day here this morning at 3:43 p.m. The high of day was $3.71. Where we traded it was in this area here. So after putting it into my True Telos Trading grading scale, I pulled the stock up to see where it was for the day. Did my markings off the high of day. That high of day right here at 370. The next resistance point was up here at 440. So I was expecting this thing to curl up pretty high back up to the highs. After seeing down here where the stock bounced off of the volume weighted average price, and then with good volume, about 121,000 shares, made this move a little bit higher. I waited for a small pullback, and today is where I tried to implement scaling in. So I actually only had instead of buying with full buying power, which was what I would normally do, have 100% of the account. When I enter that trade, I had 25% of the account because I wanted to try to scale in on this trade. So, an initial buy with 25% of the account, and as the stock began to progress higher on the pullbacks or on good volume, I would buy 25% of the account more of this stock. But what happened was, instead of doing like four buys all together, when I put 25% into Webull for the amount of shares I wanted to buy, I was thinking about 25% of the account. But Webull just gave me 25% of whatever was left of the buying power. So I couldn't get in with the full position size at the exact point that I wanted to get in with it. So after scaling in with the stock, let's see, I probably made about, if I can count them all, I wish I could show you. As a matter of fact, I will be able to show you. I will give you this view on this video after I get done with this chart analysis. I made a lot of buys, and I couldn't even tell you what the average price I bought it at was. The initial buy was at $3.36, and the last time I purchased shares, the highest that I purchased shares at was $3.51, but that was only about maybe like 70 shares. I wanted to get out. I should have gotten out up here. After this, it's not really a top and kill, not really a shooting star candle. I should have gotten out a little bit up here, but I was hoping that it would retest that high of day and then keep on ascending higher. But as it came back down, I was able to get out of this trade at 348, an average price of 348. That gave me uh, a profit today of, let's go back and see, a small $17.54, but it is still a green day nonetheless. We want to keep those frequent, we want to keep those going, and we want to have that profit be more substantial. But like I said, a green day is a green day, especially when we've had a rough week like the week we've had today. So that is True Telos Trading, and thank you for listening. Let me show you all um, the orders window, so you can see how I was able to purchase, or where I purchased these shares at. So this would be the order window that I was able to buy shares on. Let me just take it down for you. So started off down here. Um, I was able to buy a quarter of the account. So a quarter of the account. The account is the quarter amount of shares. That is the first one. Now I was hoping to get the same amount of shares on the second, third, and fourth, and then be done, and like have scaled into a full position, and then I would be able to exit just like a little bit higher. I would have gotten out just a little bit higher up here. Maybe today would have been a red day if I would have did that, but I wanted to purchase those shares like coming up, and not a quarter of what was left in the account, and then making that exit. So this is way too many buys for me. I need to figure out how to get Webull just to let me buy a quarter of the account and not a quarter of the buying power that's left in the account. So I need to figure that out, if that is possible, or if I press that button right here to buy shares, then put that number in and start buying with the share amount and not the percentage amount, because maybe there's not a way to do that on the account. It's something that I have to figure out if I want to capitalize on scaling in. I don't want to make more than 2 trades a day. If you count these as trades, and I made a quadrillion. But trade was a trade in the stock. We are still successful on the day. This right here is a little bit much for me. I don't want to have this many buys on anything. So if I get into this with a quarter of the account and it keeps on ascending, and I'm trying to scale up, then I want the amount of shares to be equal to the first amount of shares that I bought, just so I don't have to keep on pressing the button as many times to get in with a full position as I did today. Regardless, like I said, we are green nonetheless. It's just a lot that we have to learn, a lot that we have to figure out, and we are here. We are here for the journey. We're going to be here for the long run. And hopefully we are able to learn what we need to on this account in particular to maximize profits and minimize losses. This is True Telos Trading, and again, thank you for listening. This is a rough week to start the month of September. We're down about uh, maybe close to 500 for this month, and it's only the first week. It looks like things are picking up in the market. There are a lot of stocks moving quite frequently, and that's a little bit of dispersed attention. Everybody's not focusing on one good thing, because there are so many things out there that you can focus on. So trying to find the stock to trade that matches our criteria, and then seeing if we can capitalize on that price movement is something that we are going to have to focus on to see. We need to see what we need to change to actually find those stocks that people are trading that are of a quality according to our True Tellers trading grading scale. It's going to be a process that we're going to keep having to work on. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be ever changing because nothing in the market ever stays the same. We have to keep on evolving with it. So if you're enjoying this content, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. As always, I am an open book and I have a million questions for you. I hope you are enjoying this journey, and welcome to True Tellers Trading, and I will see you all next week.